Hi faves, welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'll be showing you how to make Garri at home. Yes, I know that Garri is commonly available, but if you're in a place that you don't have easy access to Garri, this is how you can make it at home. Now you will need some cassava. This is also called yuca in some state, I think in Brazil or something like that. You want to cut open your cassava and then peel it. Cassava is actually really easy to peel if you follow its natural line. It has a natural peel line, but I think here I was trying to find the natural peel line. That was why it is looking as if I'm struggling a bit with the cassava. But once you find that natural peel line for your cassava will be very easy to peel. Where I am, cassava is quite cheap, so making this Garri is not so expensive. I don't know how much cassava would be in your area, but you should definitely try this one, because even though it might not be the most economical way to make Garri, you're going to get the best quality of Garri. You know exactly what goes into your Garri, and it is super crunchy and so nice to drink, especially if you follow the steps I'm going to be telling you in this video. So right about now, what I'm doing is I'm still peeling the cassava to ensure that of course you have to take off the back, because we're not using the back of the cassava in this recipe, just the cassava itself. Once I'm done peeling, I'm going to go ahead and rinse this. You want to rinse your cassava properly. Not that it is dirty, but you just want to get rid of any dirt that might be lurking in there, just to be safe. So I'll rinse my cassava now, and then I'll proceed to cut it into smaller chunks. I know that I have an high power blender, but I don't want to overwork my blender, so I'll cut it into smaller chunks like this to assist my blender in blending the cassava. So just take your cassava and cut it into smaller pieces like this. Now I'll proceed to add it to my blender to blend. You want to make sure that you use an high power blender for this, because if it's not an high power blender, it's just going to ruin your blender, and I don't want to hear stories that Gracie spoils my blender. So you add some water to this to blend, just still helping the blender to do its work, and then you proceed to blend. I'm using my Bucci Mix blender. This is a very good high power blender that you should have in your kitchen. It is really nice and then very fast and effective. In no time at all, my cassava will be blended into like the texture that I want it to be. So I'll pour this into a cheesecloth, because you want to drain out every water that is in that cassava. You don't want any liquid to be in your cassava at all. No liquid, just your cassava. So now I'm going to use the cheesecloth to take out the excess water. I'll keep squeezing the cheesecloth to ensure that the cassava is no longer having any liquid. And do you know the interesting part is that for this cassava, this liquid that I'm squeezing out is actually something else. Is actually the byproduct of something else. You know, starch that is being used for starching your clothes, or starch that is being used to eat this banga soup. This is where it is gotten from. All you have to do is to allow this water to rest, and then you will get starch. Like, that is amazing and so nice. So I'm just going to keep squeezing this to get rid of the excess liquid in the cassava, the liquid from the cassava itself, and the liquid from the water I added when I was blending it. I didn't blend all everything at a go, of course. I blended it at small intervals. So you just want to keep tightening the cheesecloth, so it will keep releasing the water for you. So just squeeze, give it a little squeeze like that, and you'll be able to get rid of the water. Once you are done squeezing, transfer this to a drain like this and place something on it. Like I said, that water that we squeezed from the cassava is not a waste. This is how starch is being made. So you can use this to starch your clothes or eat it. After 7 days, you're going to leave it for 4 to 7 days, so that it can be sour. You know those Garri that when you taste it, they are not sour. Those ones were roasted immediately. But you see Garri like this, it has been left to ferment for 4 to 7 days. So when you eat it dry, it will slap in your mouth because it has properly fermented. So you want to pass it through a sieve like this, something that is has a small opening, so that it can have this grainy effect. Because if you notice before now, it had this clumpy effect. So you just want to pass it through a sieve like that. Once I get a consistency that looks like this, I'll just add the remaining one to the Garri back. That's those tiny ropes that you see on top of your Garri hand. This is what it is made of. Now we're going to proceed to fry our Garri. In a dry pan, you're going to add your Garri to this, and then you're going to start turning this. Let me give you a disclaimer here. You need to turn it really fast, or else everything here will clump up, like it will become like a bar or like a mold. So you need to turn this really fast and use your spatula or your spoon to keep breaking it down so that it does not form lumps, because that's not what we're trying to make. After hours of turning and turning, this is what we have, and this is how you make Garri at home, faves. It is super easy. I won't say that it is super easy, but it is not easy, but I guess it's worth it, because the quality of Garri that I got here was so nice. Like, it's so clean, there are no debts in it. I've actually had experiences where I've seen sand in my Garri, but this is so flawless. I sieved it out, and that is what they call the cocoa of the Garri. So this is the Garri that I was able to get from that cassava, and it was so good, very crisp, crunchy, and so nice. Will you be trying this recipe? Please let me know in the comment section. Will I be trying this again? Probably not, but is it worth trying? Yes. If you are in the abroad and you don't have access to Garri, you should definitely try this one. Bye. Thank you for watching.